Hey guys, coming to you with a little update and some pictures of my I just ran it, so some filthy pictures of my Losi Scte short course truck, and it's dirty and nasty just like it ought to be, and I'm going to follow these pictures up with a little review. Thanks. I just did a running video not too long ago here, and shows it jumping off some plastic jumps. It's running on 3S on that in that video on the Mamba Monster Max and the 2200 kV motor, and again 3S lipo. And I talked about how it was kind of a heavy truck, and it was fast, but it wasn't super fast, you know, on the 3S. And I wanted to try 4S. Well, I did. I finally made my adapter, my series adapter, so that I can run two 2S packs for a total of 4S. And the straps are long enough to accommodate that, barely. I don't know why they didn't send you some longer straps, but anyway, this thing, with all that in it, it weighs a ton. But that being said, this thing is solid. I mean, these swing arms, these A-arms on this truck, they're just so strong. I barrel rolled this thing a bunch of times today, and I didn't break anything. It didn't even think of breaking anything important anyway. I did break, in no time, the little Nerf bars off of here. They're just, I snapped both sides off. It just, I don't know. I snapped the front part off, so I just cut the rest of them off, and I'm just not even going to worry about it, because you'd have to replace this whole piece of plastic right here in order to get them on there, and they're just going to break right off anyway. Some people had some complaints about the bumper, the front bumper and the rear bumper. Mine are holding up pretty well. I haven't broke them, and they're kind of cool. I do like the aluminum shocks that are on it. As far as comparing this thing to like a Slash 4x4, I had a Slash 4x4 and I loved it, but you know, I had to do some upgrades on it, and the 32 pitch gear was kind of questionable, and the VXL system, and just a lot of things that were a little bit weak on the system. The plastic drive shafts that Traxxas keeps sending on their trucks, it's really starting to kind of drive me crazy, because as soon as you put any kind of power to them, or the weather gets a little cold, they're just gone. They snap pretty much in no time, and you got to buy like an MIPX duty or something like that, which costs you about $60, and even then they don't like to stay tight because they use a grub screw instead of a pin that goes clear through the outdrive. This truck comes with the Eclipse tires and the wheel. The wheel's pretty cool. The wheel's fine. I like it. But I've got some Badlands on here, and they hook up way, way better. These Eclipse tires, they don't do this truck justice, because it can't. These tires can't put the power down. With these Badlands, they're great. And believe it or not, they even grip on the street. I don't recommend running them on the street too much, but They are very durable for a knobby, and it just seems like the compound is right where it needs to be to really put grip down, even on the road. And guys who are married, don't run this thing in your yard. Your wife will freak out because it just shreds the grass. My grass is begging for mercy. So I gotta really try to use some self-control and not tear up my yard too bad. I gotta run it elsewhere. But it's just too fun to get the plastic skateboard jumps out and really just start ripping it. I was jumping on 4S today, 33 feet off of some little snowboard jumps that are probably no more than 12 inches high. And like I say, on 4S, man, if you get in the air like, with the nose down, you can just nail the throttle and the tires swell up and you can straighten it out. It really handles a lot like an 8th scale buggy. I can't say enough about how heavy and durable this thing is. It's truly a tank, and if you're anything like me where you really wanted an 8th scale buggy but you didn't, I just like the look of short course so much more. This is your truck right here. $300 as a roller. Pick up a Mamba Monster Max or a Tican RX-8, or if you're on a budget, go with what I did in my E-Max and use the Mamba Max Pro, which you can get for about $127, and get a Leopard 2250 or something kV motor for like $60. That you can run 4S LiPo on it, and that just rips, man. It's probably real comparable to this setup here, even though I think this motor is a lot better quality. But as far as Mamba Monster goes, they have a pretty high failure rate, so I wouldn't shy away from using the Mamba Max at all on that. Or if money's not an object, get the Tican RX-8. I hear that thing is just top notch. I did a few barrel rolls today, and from my experience, I've been doing this a long time. In my experience, that is how you break these turnbuckles in a hurry. Is when you do the rolls, man, and you go into like the sideways rolls. These things just take tremendous load and just want to shear right off. Nothing's even bent. I mean, I got to get some true specs on this truck. Like, I want to load it down with the batteries and tell you guys how much it weighs, because to me that's just incredible that a truck this heavy can take those kind of hits and not break anything. I mean, I've been running the hell out of this thing, and it's just ready for more. I mean, it's just saying bring it on. The gears right here, the Mod 1 size gear, oh, you talk about durable. I mean, this thing is amazing. Like the Traxxas, I just a little while ago got rid of a Traxxas Stampede 4x4, and it had the 38 pitch gears on it. Yeah. For some reason it doesn't sound right, but yeah, 38 pitch gears, same thing as this Slash 4x4 has. I would just shear spur gears like fairly regularly, and I mean, I thought, well, this is durable, but it was noisy, whiny, real loud. They would kind of shear off if you ran it in any kind of sand. It would just kind of get in there and eat up your pinion, and I was having a little bit of trouble finding like I had steel pinions, but they weren't hardened steel. Man, you getting this 8th scale stuff, these things, they're not gonna wear. They're just solid. And like I say, this Mod 1 setup, I kind of was upset at first because I thought, man, nobody had a Mod 1 gear and they're hard to find and so on and so on. But once I, got all that figured out, and they're not so uncommon on an 8th scale motor, but they're very uncommon on a 540 size with an 1/8 inch shaft. It's hard to find a Mod 1 gear. Offna has one, just an FYI. It's like a 16 tooth is the only one I think you can get right now. But I don't know. This thing is a beast, and I cannot say enough about how tough it is. As far as a Slash 4x4 comparing to this, you might as well forget it, because this thing, it'll eat them up every day of the week and twice on Sunday. The axles are steel, the turnbuckles are heavy duty steel. You got aluminum shocks, which are big bore, which I know, you know, on the Platinum you've got aluminum shocks, but you got aluminum chassis here. I mean, the Slash 4x4, like I say, I owned one. It just does not compare in any way, shape, or form. Spend the extra money. Get the Losi. You'll be happy. I guarantee it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to get some more running video, and we're going to do it on 4S this time. And that's the only way to go in this truck. Unless you race, that's a different story. I don't race. I just bash. This thing can bash. It can hang with the best of them. It is tough. It is bad. It is fast. And it is nasty. Thanks for watching, guys.